Welcome to the Autism Advocate Podcast. I'm your host, Laura Hales. If you're looking for tips on how to advocate for and understand your autistic child in a more meaningful way, you've come to the right place, and we're so happy to have you join us. There, how are you? It is, what is today? Thursday. Oh man, do you ever have days where you're like, what even is it? What year is it? If you're a Jumanji fan. I got this email, and this is our question of the day, and it's a doozy. Be prepared. But also, I want to normalize that this is absolutely a part of a lot of our lives. This is from my friend. I will call her Bree. Something we don't like to talk too much about is the mess. The hours of cleaning and preparing on a regular basis, especially those of us that have had CPS called because of the normal behaviors that come with autism. At any moment, someone will come to my home and judge me based on the destruction I've been endlessly cleaning in fear that they might show up again. My son did this while I slept. And she's referring to a video that she sent me that just shows some of the mess that he made. After I spent hours cleaning the same mess yesterday and the day before, I've run out of ideas on how to stop him. We have to keep food outside, and some other details. Let's see. My mental health declines every morning. I wake up to the sound of things being thrown and destroyed. I can't afford anything, sometimes not even cleaning supplies. I'm a single mom and I can't even work yet. I made sure we have a place to live in no matter what. I own this, but he's actively destroying our home. And he doesn't know any better. I can't be mad. I can only cry. So first, I want to make sure that as a friend, I would never tell you what to do at this point if you approach me as a friend. A good friend and listener would just hear you and just sit with you in that frustration and just acknowledge that they are sure that you have done everything that you could, and believe you and just kind of hold that space for you. So I want you to know that as a friend, that is who I am and what I would do. Now, as someone you are writing into for advice, that is where I'm going to shift gears. But again, if that's not what you're looking for, if you're like, no, I've tried that, I hear you. This isn't meant to make you feel like, here's another thing to add to your to-do list. So I would try to look for the trigger. What is the cause of the destruction? And it sounds like you said your child's 13 years old, and you didn't indicate a level of communication skills, so I'm not sure how well your child can communicate to you the reasoning for their destructive behavior. But that says to me that there's a lot of physical energy available to your child, and aggression. And aggression just meaning like that physical energy is not being spent in a positive way. And we all feel like that, right? So when I speak of that, I don't mean to demean your child or say that means your child is a terrible person. That's just, I feel like that often. I teach kickboxing. That's getting physical aggression out and feeling that way can be positive. Again, what I would perhaps suggest would be things like looking for the trigger. It begins when X happens. You said that, and I don't know if this is habitual, maybe not. I wonder if it would be helpful if you make sure you are awake before he wakes up. And I know that can be, maybe the answer is no, I can't do that. Then I hear that, I understand that, and I believe you. My thought is that you may be able to observe what the trigger is, because you said in your email that you'll wake up to the sound of his destruction. I wonder if you're able to incorporate like a morning walk every day. If it's almost always every morning, then that is something that links together data-wise, that it could be the time of day, that it's, either a walk or a run or something more fun. Maybe you can do like Pokemon Go or something that's, that has something that incentivizes your child to be part of it and take part of it, and that it's fun. So you're not dragging them to go along with you, but that it's something fun. Maybe you're talking about fun things. Maybe afterwards you have a routine where you have some of your favorite breakfast items, something like that. I also think practicing cleaning would be a helpful skill. And again, not in a way that's like, you did this, you need to clean it up. No child is going to be super enthused about that. And in this, I am carefully considering what you said was your child's mental health, and that you said you are understanding that he's processing trauma. So as much love and care and compassion that can go into that, and as much fun as you can make it, and you may have to begin with 30 seconds and really celebrate that. Perhaps they can work towards something. If we do 30 seconds of this and we go for a 2-minute walk, then we get to, after 4 days, we get to enjoy this together, or we get to have our favorite dinner that's, ramen noodles with hard-boiled eggs. It doesn't have to necessarily be expensive, but just something really special to them. So again, physical aggression, destruction of property, says to me extra physical energy with that aggression, an expression of those negative emotions. And by negative, I don't mean to qualify emotions. They're just emotions, but ones that don't feel good. So an abundance of that kind of emotion. And if we can expend that physical energy in another way, then we still have the emotions left to try to help them talk through. And again, I don't know the communication level of your child. I don't know if they're able to record things like I am here, write things down. I don't know if they have somebody, maybe even FaceTime-wise, to talk to. I don't know if they have a therapist available. I know you mentioned that budgets are tight, and that is another thing that I get so frustrated with, that our most vulnerable populations don't have access because of funds due to therapeutic services when they're often very much needed. Those are the suggestions I have, and that's all, a small contribution within the bigger message of I hear you, and that sounds really tricky, and that sounds exhausting, and I applaud your willingness to be there for your son. I think you said son, I'm not sure you indicated gender. Willingness to be there for your child, your willingness to not give up, because that's what parents do, and that you are seeking to understand their behavior, that you're looking at their behavior and understanding that there's trauma behind it, and that you can't be mad at your child. I think it's really fantastic that you are able to see through the behavior and see the trauma that your child is expressing. I hope that helps you. I hope if the message doesn't help you in a way like these methods don't work, that you at least feel heard and seen, and that our viewers and listeners feel like that's something that I struggle with, and I have been either embarrassed to talk about it, or I didn't think anyone else really struggled with this. Many of us do. Absolutely. You are not alone, and I'm rooting for you. We'll see you next time.
Want to submit a question? Email us at the Autism Advocate Podcast at gmail.com. Follow our social media outlets and check out our shop featuring my Autism Acceptance, Children's Illustrated books, and other fun autism acceptance items. Don't forget, I'm rooting for you, and we'll see you next time.